Hello everybody, and welcome to the final part of the basic Bukkit plugin tutorial series. So we're just going to wrap everything up in this part by making the file that every plugin has to have in Bukkit, or your plugin will not work without this file. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to make a new file in the source folder. It cannot be in the package, it has to be in the source folder. So make sure you right click in your source folder and go to New, then File, and just type in plugin.yml, and it has to be named plugin.yml, in case you were wondering. So there's only really 3 fields that are required. I think it's only 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but those fields are main, oops, no capitalization by the way, main, name, and version. I believe those are the only required fields. I always add author and description. Can't think of what the other one was. So for main, we're just going to first type in our package name, which you can see over here for me is com.gmail.iTechRemix.plugins.testplugin, and then at the end of that we put dot, and then the name of your main class, that extended Java plugin right here, we're going to put that after your package name, just separated by a dot. And make sure you have your capitalization right on this as well. You'll notice in my package I didn't capitalize the plugin name, but in my class I did capitalize it. And so that's all we have to do for main. Just add the package name and then add on the main class name. And then just name is the name of the plugin, so for me just test plugin. And then version, I always start off at 1.0, some people do 0.1, just pretty much personal preference. Author, obviously you made it, so I would type in iTechRemix, and then description, just a description of your plugin. Like I said, it's not required, but I recommend it, because if you're using Space Bukkit or anything like that, which is, if you don't know what that is, you can look it up, but pretty much it has a section with different plugins that are on your server, and it has a field for description, and then this is what would show up in that. So we'll just say shows a message when a player places a block. Okay. Alright, so we should be good to go. Go ahead and save everything. Now, to actually make the jar file of your plugin, just go ahead and right click the project, go to export. If you're in Eclipse, you'll probably have to look up how to do it. If you're not in Eclipse, just look up how to export jar file, and then whatever IDE you're using. So in Eclipse you want to go to Java and then jar file and then next, and then go ahead and put it somewhere. I use my desktop usually when I'm exporting, and I usually name the jar my plugin name. If you want, you could do something like add the version like that, but I'll just keep it at testplugin.jar and just click finish. So now if we go to our desktop, we have our plugin file right here. And let's go ahead and open our Bukkit server. I have a test server here. And just drag in to the plugins folder your plugin that you made. And go ahead and start the server. We should start up with no errors. Okay, so once it says done, you're good to go. And you can actually see right here and right here, you're in here, it showed we're loading the plugin, and then it enabled it. So go ahead and minimize that and pull up Minecraft, and let's go ahead and see if it worked. So I'll direct connect to it. Alright, so when we place a block, we should get a message telling us that we placed a block and telling us what kind of block we placed. And there we go, it shows us we placed a dirt. If I place a torch, you place a torch. If we place a bed, you placed a bed. And it says bed block because that's the pretty much what the item's called internally, like in the code. It's called a bed underscore block. And you could make if statements to change that. So like if the block placed was a bed, then give them this message and make it more user friendly. That's a lot of work, and I'm sure there's a lot easier ways to do it. But for right now, it's just how that's our plugin. So you can just familiarize yourself with the Bukkit API, and then you'll be able to do much more than just send a message to a player. I mean, because this is really simple. This is like excruciatingly, I can't talk, simple. You know what I'm trying to say. But so that should be good to go. Thanks for watching. I might make it more advanced in the future.